Just got back from a week in Montana, though. Anybody ever been to Montana? Have you? Okay. I didn't say I was from Montana, dude. Like y'all gonna do a drive-by on me right now up in this bad boy. Yeah. You know what? Montana was kind of cool, man, but they didn't know how to take me in Montana, right? Like, I kid y'all not, this girl came up to me in Butte, and she told me, she said, "You sound just like a black guy." That is so cool. I could listen to you talk all day. And I realized something. Guys like me would be the perfect solution for women who wanted something a little different, but whose parents were opposed to interracial dating. I'm like a 12-pack of Brother Light. All the flavor with only half the pigment. I don't fool around on the road, though, because I'm married and my wife buys my clothes. I kid y'all not, at this very moment, I'm wearing a pair of Scooby-Doo boxer shorts. So you can't get lucky with Scooby on your drawers, man. We were driving through Montana. We were listening to country music because we didn't have a choice. And I kid y'all not, the news came on and said that Johnny Cash's family is pissed off because Preparation H wants to use Burning Ring of Fire as their theme song. So you can't make that up. But you know what? I'm digging the traveling. I didn't get to travel much at my last job because before comedy, my wife and I were both prison guards. It's true. And you know the interesting thing, though? Every time people find out I was a prison guard, they always want to know the same thing. Have I ever caught two men having sex? And the fact of the matter is, I did. It was at a rest stop on the way to Modesto. And the tattoos in prison can be hysterical. I kid y'all not, I had a guy in my block, he had a pair of hands tattooed on the cheeks of his butt. He did. Like he had a guy up in there trying to get out. Which I don't understand, man. And I recently took a tour of San Quentin, and they took me to the block where Charles Manson did his time. And that was kind of cool for me because I was like 5 when Charlie was doing his thing. And to me, he was like the boogeyman. Yeah. Now you see him in real life and he's like 5'2". Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I refuse to fear any man that's not even tall enough to get on all the rides at the park. You know? My wife is still a prison guard. She is. As a matter of fact, we met in prison, which I guess makes our marriage the result of a prison romance, but ours was a little less complicated, though, because we didn't have to flip a coin to see who was going to be the wife. It's me. No. Marriage is a treat. Any married men here by applause? Married men? Oh. Did y'all catch that delay? Did you catch that? That's the real married man looking back at their wives. Can I clap? Is it okay if I clap? Because marriage changes things, doesn't it? I've been married for 8 years, y'all. I do is the last decision I was allowed to make on my own. And have not won an argument in 8 years. I'm thinking about not even talking to my wife anymore. I'm just gonna get a t-shirt made that says, "I'm sorry." Can't drive no more without her giving me directions. Man, when did this happen? When I was single, I drove just fine. On our wedding day, I drove to the chapel, no problem. Said I do, got back in the car, couldn't find my way to the reception. And this woman reads the signs to me on the freeway, but she don't just read them, she reads them and translates them. See that? My wife's like, Lawrence Expressway, next exit. That means you need to be in that lane over there. Now I'm lost, illiterate, and stupid. I honestly believe that's why Santa Claus don't take his wife with him on Christmas Eve. And after being married, I understand so many more things now. Like when I was a kid, my dad would come home from work and he'd sit in the driveway in his truck for like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I used to think he was an idiot. But you know, now I understand, you know. He was just relishing those last few minutes of solitude. You know, before he came in the house and became the stupidest individual in the world. Oh my, oh. Marriage is a trip. You got to do things for your wife, though. Like, I just took my wife to Cabo San Lucas. Anybody ever gone to Cabo? Have you? Cabo's nice, man, but people say some ignorant crap, though, man. Like, a guy on the plane told me, he says, I love Mexico because you can get a good deal on stuff there. That's bull. You know? You want a good deal on stuff? Go to L.A. See, you can get a deal on anything in L.A., man. Because as long as there's a crack problem, there's a clearance sale. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've been Jim Summers. Y'all been beautiful. God bless.